What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Paddock, and today I'm going to show you a new exercise from my Chop Shop series, and this one is all about chords and modes. My Chop Shop series are the exercises that I use with my private students to really help build their technique. The whole idea behind them is to get their fingers moving fast, clean, and really smooth. So most of them have to do with chords and scales and intervals, all kinds of stuff, anything that you can use to kind of get your fingers moving cleaner and faster. So today's exercise is going to combine a chord and your modes. Before we dive into the video though, I would like to thank Legere for sponsoring my videos for the month of December. I'll be doing 8 videos. This is my 5th one, and they have been sponsoring all of them, and I really appreciate their support. In today's video, I wanted to highlight some of my favorite Legere artists. First, one of my all-time favorite saxophone players, Gerald Albright. Gerald Albright is known for his tone and his ability to crush a saxophone. The altissimo is insane. He just has like a super aggressive, super articulated style. He is definitely one of my favorite saxophone players. Another Legere artist that I really like, who they feature a lot, is a guy named Derek Brown, who is better known as Beatbox Sax. He has come up with an entirely different way to play a saxophone to make it sound like a beatbox, and the demands that he places on a reed is kind of insane with all the double tonguing and slap tonguing and thwop tonguing and all the special effects he uses to make the beatbox sounds on a saxophone. So if the Legeres work for him, chances are if you're just trying to make it sound like a regular saxophone, you're going to be in good shape. There are 2 other people on the Legere list that I'd really like to highlight. One of them is named Joe Eckhart, and as I was looking through the Legere list, the endorsement list, I was kind of surprised to see his name on there because he was one of my saxophone teachers when I was in high school and college. Whenever I was around, I would go back and hang out with Joe. He was the lead alto with the Airmen and Note, which is one of the service bands in DC. Fantastic lead alto player. And the reason I was really surprised to see him on the Legere list is because he taught me a whole lot about working with cane reeds and all the stuff that you had to do to make them sound good, how to take a bad reed and make it sound okay-ish or sound better. So to see him on the list of Legere, it was actually kind of, I smiled when I looked at it. I was like, oh yeah, all right, that makes a lot of sense. Because he was all about trying to find that perfect reed. So it looks like he finally found it. And another person on the Legere list that I'd like to recognize is Ryan Serhanesh. He plays saxophone and a whole bunch of other different instruments with a touring group called Brit Floyd. And he is the one who talked me into trying Legere Signatures again after I tried the wrong size and decided I didn't want to play them. I put up a little thing on my Facebook saying who's using what kind of synthetic reeds. I'm over cane reeds. I need a synthetic reed. And he hit me up and told me to try Legere Signatures. I told him I did, and they didn't quite work for me. And then we kind of talked it out and realized that I was using the wrong size. And then once I got that right size, everything worked way better. And then when I actually met the people at Legere, he was there and introduced me. So he had a pretty big influence on me playing Legere Signatures. So if you have this broad of a range of saxophone players playing Legere Signature, that should tell you something about the quality of these reeds. All right, back to the tutorial. We are doing the Chop Shop. Chop Shop is all about getting your fingers moving and learning your scales, modes, and chords better. So the one we are doing today is based on a chord and a scale, and it sounds like this. I'm going to be doing it in the key of G, which is concert B flat, or C on your tenor. So it goes up your major chord. So it's 1, 3, 5, 7. So that would be G, B, D, F sharp. So you're playing your chord, G, B, D, F sharp, 1, 3, 5, 7. And then you just come down the scale. So you go 6, 5, 4, 3, and land on the 2. So if you put it together, you have 1, 3, 5, 7, go down the scale, 6, 5, 4, 3, land on the 2. Now, when you land on the 2 becomes the new target note. So we're going to do the exact same thing on the second degree, the second mode of your major scale. So we're going to go 2, 4, 6, 8 in the G scale, or I would just think of it as 1, 3, 5, 7 and A minor starting on the A. And then go down that mode. So that would be A, C, E, G, and then work your way down the scale. Then B, which is the 3rd degree, or the 3rd mode of the G scale, becomes the 1. So the easiest way to think of this is you play your 7th chord, starting on the 1, and go down the scale, land on the 2. now you base everything off the 2. So you play 1, 3, 5, 7 based off of the 2 and come down the scale and land on the 3. Then the 3 becomes the 1, and you go 1, 3, 5, 7, and then come down the scale, and then starting on the B. So even though we are changing what the 1 is, everything is in the key of G. Everything is in the key of the root. But I think it's way easier to think 1, 3, 5, 7 down the scale, up a step, 1, 3, 5, 7 down the scale, up a step, 1, 3, 5, 7 down the scale, up a step, then 1, 3, 5, 7 down the scale, 2, 4, 6, 8 down the scale, 3, 6, 9, 11, maybe 3, 5, 7, 9 down the scale. So that's why I just keep moving the 1, but I stay in the key of the root. So in this one, we're in the key of G. So if you hear the whole thing, it would sound like this. We're going to start on the 1. So now we're going to start on the 2. The 2 is A. We're going to go up the chord, down the scale. Now up the chord and down the scale of the 3. Up and down on the C, which is the 4. Up and down on the 5, which is D. Up and down on the E, which is your 6th. And then up and down on the 7, which is your F sharp, and that will land on a G. So that will finish out the exercise. So here is the whole exercise without me stopping in between. So at that tempo, I had to take a few breaths. So all I did is stop, put a little rest in there, take a breath, and then keep going. So there are a couple different ways to practice this. First, what I have my students do is we are practicing for speed and getting your fingers moving. So in that case, we're just going to tongue the first note and slur everything, because that's going to be the way you're going to be able to play it the fastest. But another way to practice this is practicing your swing style. So we could swing the 8th notes, and it would sound like this. So on and so forth. So that would be a great way to practice your swing style, but you're not going to be able to play it as fast as if you just slur everything. All right, so now that we have played it in the key of G, or B flat concert, we are going to do the exact same thing in a different key just so we get it down. So we're going to do it in the key of D. So everything now is based in the D, on the D scale. So we have 2 sharps. All the modes are in the key of D. So we're going to start off playing the 1 chord in the key of D. So that would be D, F sharp, A, C sharp. Then down the scale, land on the 2. Then we're going to play a 2 chord in the key of D. So that would be E, G, B, D. Down the scale, land on the 3, which is F sharp. Play a 3 chord in the key of D, which is F sharp. So we're going to play F sharp, A, C sharp, E. Down the scale, land on the 4, which is G. So this is a really good one to transpose into all 12 keys. First, it's really going to help you with your chords because you're playing chords on every mode in the scale. And then it's really going to help you with your modes because you're playing all of them descending, coming off of the chord. And then it's really going to help with your chops, getting everything faster and cleaner. Now, if you do this on all 12 keys, obviously some keys you're going to be able to do faster than others. So start off knowing that, G, D, A, E, maybe C, F, B flat are going to be easy-ish. Then you get to B, F sharp, and C sharp, A flat, and E flat. Those are definitely going to be harder. So feel free to slow those down a little bit. But the whole idea is to play really clean and really even. You absolutely do not want to sound like this. If you do that, you are actually practicing getting worse. you're playing out of time. So you're better off to go to slower tempo and play really clean and really even. So that is your new chop shop that is based on chords and modes. I'd like to send another shout out to Legere Reeds. Thank you for sponsoring my videos for the month of December. I really appreciate the support. Thanks for taking the time to check this video out. Hopefully this new chop shop will get your chords and your modes going faster and cleaner. And if it does, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, leave some comments below with other topics that you'd like me to touch on, and share it with your friends. Thanks a lot.